Welcome back to EVSwap. I'm Jimmy and I'm a car enthusiast. I love cars of all types, but here at EVSwap we take cars that are gas and make them electric. So big updates on the Frontier. Sorry I didn't have a video last week. I had some family stuff going on, and then this weekend got totally spaced that I needed to get another video out. So now it's Monday, but I thought Monday's better than no day. Big news, we have the batteries inside the truck. So these are full. They're not empty. Full battery, 40 kilowatt hours in the truck, 20 kilowatt hours on the left side, 20 kilowatt hours on the right side. Contactors, fuse, current sensor, emergency disconnect, everything you could want in the batteries. The BMS is inside there. They're fully suited up, fully waterproof. We have some heavy duty conduit here for the BMS cables and the high voltage wires. In between the packs, we have on each pack Gore style vents that will let in air pressure, but they won't let water or dust. You can see the hardware here for the contactors, and everything has been sealed up with some urethane sealant. So really stoked on that. I did plug in the battery to the truck, BMS and the high voltage wires, and I turned the key and guess what? It worked. So everything with the batteries is happy. I pulled up the LeafSpy app. All the cells are balanced. Everything's happy. The temperature sensors are reporting correctly. The current sensor's working. There's no error codes, so it's gonna work. I'm really happy with that. That the transplant into the new boxes is fully working, because that's something that is really hard to test without actually installing it in the truck. Obviously, you have to install it in the battery boxes, etc. There's a lot that could go wrong. So I'm really happy that everything came alive and it's working. So the next steps is to get the truck back together. We still have little loose ends to tie up. Remember, we have to power the tilt of the bed. So I have to add the linear actuators here and wire in some new circuits for that. We have to put the interior back together. We're gonna get the seat back from the upholsterer, hopefully this week, and we can put the seat in there. I think we might try to do a little test drive at the end of the week just to test drive the truck, but there's still some stuff to finalize. So before the test drive, we have to put transmission oil into the transmission. We have to fill the cooling system up with coolant. We have to check the air pressure in the tires. Probably should put the bumper and everything back on. And we have to put the dashboard, and I have to put the buttons, park, or drive neutral, reverse buttons in there. So I think that's the main focus for this week, is gonna be the final loose ends we gotta tie up. So this thing's getting really, really close. And let me show you what Dave's been working on. So he got his NASCAR front end bumper just about finished. So you can see all 6 of these holes have been blocked off with some heavy duty ABS plastic. And he's got these driving lights in there. Right now everything's taped off. He's gonna do a final coat of rubberized undercoating paint on the bumper to give it a nice texture and kind of hide the defects. And then that is ready to install on the truck. So again, blocking these vents on the front of the bumper, what that does is it allows the air to, instead of traveling through the bumper and then hitting the radiator and everything behind, it's gonna travel around the sides or up over the top of the bumper. And that's way more aerodynamic than traveling through the engine bay, because in a vehicle like this, we do not need so much cooling. It's just overkill. So we don't need the air for cooling, and any air that comes through the bumper is gonna hit the radiator, it's gonna hit the support, it's gonna hit the motor, it's gonna swirl around and become turbulent inside the motor bay, and all of that effectively increases the frontal area of the vehicle. So by blocking the vents off, we reduce the frontal area, and the truck is gonna drive further than it would otherwise. The truck's nice and low. It's sitting on its suspension right now, and it's just about level. The front is a little bit high, so as soon as we put the bumper and get the front dialed in, the front's gonna come down a little bit. So I'm really happy with how it's sitting right now. We may add airbag suspension to the rear, but right now we don't have a need for it. So we're just gonna see how it drives first, and then if we need to add that, we can go ahead and add that. So thanks again for watching. Sorry I missed it this weekend, and sorry there was no video last weekend, but I hope that this update makes up for it, and we're gonna be driving this thing before you know it. So make sure to subscribe, tell your friends, hit the thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below, and I'll get you an answer back right away. Thanks for watching.